to the #1 daily Bitcoin podcast. In today's show, we'll be discussing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as the Bitcoin price dip hits 17.5%. We'll also be discussing, is the Bitcoin halving already priced in? As analysts compare the Bitcoin price targets versus the previous halvings. We'll also be discussing breaking news. BlackRock begins asset tokenization with the launch of digital liquidity fund. That's right, they're looking to tokenize everything. And quoting the high priest of Bitcoin, Max Kaiser, as predicted, ETF buyers are the quintessential dumb money who will buy and sell the Bitcoin ETFs and realize no gains and mostly losses, but will generate lots of commissions for the brokers. They can't surf Bitcoin's volatility and they'll drown. We'll also be discussing Binance CEO reveals the end of the year Bitcoin price prediction. I'll be breaking down his latest report, as well as Bitcoin gearing up for explosive rallies as FOMO greater than fear, according to on-chain analysts Willy Woo. We'll also be discussing a Bitcoin price target of actually $3 trillion in market cap this cycle and what the price action will likely be when that happens. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more in today's show. Welcome, Crypto La Familia. Let's get it started.
Pump it up, don't you know, pump it up.
And yes, we're playing the Pump It Up song as we're dumping, and it's all good. Welcome to crypto.
You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up.
Shout out Jennifer, good to see you. Shout out Bina, shout out to the fam, May 5-star, good afternoon. Miss you, JV, appreciate you as well. Let's get it. Quick reminder, I got to do a little housekeeping. JV will never direct message anyone on any platform. Don't matter if it's X, YouTube, Telegram, Discord. Note, there are imposters who will pretend to be your favorite influencer so you can send them some money. I will never, ever ask anyone ever to send me anything. So please don't send any scammers or imposters your funds, family. Be careful out there. Shout out Jerry. Hello from Bangkok, Thailand. What it do, Lens? What up, Serge? What up, fam? Shout out to Nip, the late, great Nipsey Hussle, as well as the mascot of the show, Nipsey. DNA, what it do? Welcome, Pat. Pumping and dumping. We had the FOMC meeting finally. Shout out Pat Ewing. Wow, brings back throwback memories of Patrick Ewing playing on the New York Knickerbockers. Hey, bye, hodl forever. You got that right, Mike.
Pump it up.
Hodl be thy name. How low will the Bitcoin price action go? Let me know. Let's see. Will you shill a platform, make money, JV? Never. I don't shill any make money platforms either, family. So note, that's always going to be imposters. The only thing I promote on this podcast is Bitcoin. And from time to time, we have sponsors like today. Today's show is brought to you by Margex, just FYI, which is a crypto exchange. But yeah, trust nobody, verify everything, never send anyone your crypto. It's going to be a scam 100% of the time, family. Never depart with your biddies. That's right, K-Jam. Shout out R. Herrera. Good morning, welcome. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Pump the likes, pump the stream. It is Wednesday, hump day. Let's get it.
If it's not going to zero, it's going to 1 million.
Tell him, Michael. Hey, bro, I'm getting ready to work. I'm going to watch you at noon when I start. That's what's up. Getting paid to watch crypto news alerts at the job. Nice little life hack you got going on there. Not financial advice, precisely. Everything I share is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some silly little podcaster with a mic at the end of the day, right? Hey, JV, watching from Cornwall, England. Hit the like, folks. Appreciate that, Fairground. Love and respect. Shout out to all my European family out there in the UK. Official Lele Bright, welcome back. Hopefully you're enjoying today's pod. We got a lot to share today. We're going to be discussing why we're tanking and also Bitcoin halving. Is it priced in? We know we got a halving now, only 25 days away according to the Bitcoin halving countdown, yo. That's pretty wild. What do we got? 3.5 weeks. Pump it up. Now you're speaking my language, dog. Pump that mofo up, shall we?
Pump it up. Pump it up.
Pump it up if you came to get it on. And if you got more than 5 sats in your bag, let's get it on. Shout out Mike's Appreciate you joining the HODL gang. For those that don't know, there's memberships to the channel, which is one of the many ways you can help support us here at Crypto News Alerts. I appreciate you joining the HODL gang. Shout out to the entire HODL gang.
Bitcoin and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
Damn right.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
The cuff. The halving isn't priced in. I agree with you, Dago. I agree with you 100%. I think if the halving was priced in, we'd be above six figures right now. What do you guys think? Hit the likes, pump it. Thank you, Devon. Greatly appreciate you.
People that use
Pamp it up, Jason. You already know.
fiat currency
As a store of value, what do we call those folks? Hello, greetings from El Salvador. Shout out to El Salvador.
as a store of value.
What do we call them, folks, family? Let me know in the chat.
We call them core. We call them core.
Everyone take 3 seconds to hit the like. Appreciate that, Mike. It does help out tremendously. So love and light. But anyways, fam, without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to subscribe to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, 7 days a week, just like this. Also important to hit that sexy thumbs up like button. It helps support the channel as well and helps with the YouTube algorithm. Today is pod episode number 1585. I'm your host, JV, and today is March 20th. 2024. Big day today as the FOMC info is out. So let's break it down with our market watch as we do every day. And if you're just joining the stream, pump those likes, family. Appreciate that. So as you can see, the entire market is pulling back. Bitcoin down 3% on the day, maintaining above 63,000. Some would say 60 is the new 20. Do you think we're likely to drop below that 60,000 support, family? Let me know. We also have Ether down 3%, ironic enough. And Solana, Cardano, AVAX, and XRP are the big losers for the day within the top. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com, the current crypto market cap, sits at $2.42 trillion with 155 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance, same as yesterday at 52% even, and the Ether dominance, same as yesterday at 16.7%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got KuCoin token up 9%, Toncoin up 5%, and Stacks up a modest 4%. Not much else in the gainers, as I would say, safe to say 90% of the alts are correcting today and in the red, along with Bitcoin. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get more of a visual perspective. Yeah, I'd say over 90% of the top alts now correcting and in the red, but zooming out on the monthly to get a broader perspective. Holy moly. You still got many of these meme coins up over 400%. On the month, many up over 100%, even ZRX up over 200%. So yeah, it's been an alt season, but when we correct, we typically correct hard. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index shows we're currently rated a 74 in greed, no longer an extreme greed after this big dip. I think it was roughly a 17.5% correction. Nothing to be alarmed about. Previous halvings, we've corrected 20 as far as 40% pre-halving. So last week we were 81 and last month a 75 in greed. And checking out the Bitcoin halving countdown, this is getting pretty exciting now. Only 26 days to go until the biggest event that occurs only every 4 years in crypto. And the current estimated halving date is April 16th. Can you say Bitcoin halving, number go up, parabolic rally? Send it. We'll also check out the time chain calendar. Shows you we're currently at, as soon as this updates here, block number 835,555. And at today's exchange, you got one Satoshi or $1 valued at 1,582 Satoshis. There will be a day, I'm going to predict it now, that one Satoshi is $1. And on that day, Bitcoin will be valued at roughly $100 million per coin. As we know, one Bitcoin can be divided by 100 million sats. So let's get it while the getting is good, shall we? Now, welcome everyone just joining the stream. Make some noise and let me know where you're tuning in from, as this is first and foremost live and interactive. I'm broadcasting live as I do each and every day from Puerto Rico. So let me know, family. I appreciate it.
People that use fiat.
What do we call them, folks? Sandman, did you guys use your dry powder to buy the dip? I am curious as well. Great question. How many of you took advantage of the dip? Bitcoin is very sensitive to the strength of the dollar. That is true, C-list. Looks like we're all going to be given $20. Oh my God, I can't repeat that one. 220,000 in play before 420. 420, send it.
Currency. We call them poor. We call them poor.
Took my orange pill this morning, chased it down with some carrot juice. Living the life. Pump, inevitable. Amen to that. Bakersfield live in the chat, JV. Shout out Eric Castro. Good to see you, broski. You got that right, Scan. You nailed it. What do you think about the tokenization of the stock market? We're going to be discussing that story, Mauricio, here shortly. So that's one of the stories I picked out for you guys today. It's a big story. They want to tokenize everything. Tokenize the world. Definitely bullish for Bitcoin, in my opinion.
We call them poor. We call them poor.
Shout out Mesa J. Just gifted a membership of the channel. We greatly appreciate your kindness there. So congratulations to whomever just got hooked up. It'll show in a second. It looks like Jagami. You've just been blessed with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. Thanks again, Mesa J. Appreciate that. I sold my Bitcoin at 72 and loaded up on silver, golden Pokemon cards. Can't go wrong with some Charizards, if you know what I mean. That's what's up. My daughter just got some new Pokemon cards yesterday. She loves them. Don, are you eating? Yeah, you guys are hilarious, man. Please keep it kosher. Make a Bitcoin sandwich, JV. Bacon, tomato, and cucumber.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless.
Michael in English. Thank you, K-Jam. Appreciate that. Easier to say Michael. Sorry for butchering the name there, Michael. And yeah, you know JV is a vegetarian. I haven't eaten meat since I was 16, so that's not happening. No bacon in my sandwiches, fam. Owning Bitcoin is giving me ulcers. Oh no. I wonder what a holding fiat would give you. You will pay more to buy it back. Precisely. Note that. Smash the likes if you love the channel. Smash the likes if you love Bitcoin. Appreciate it, Serge. Cheers to the mods out here doing a fantastic job as always. K-Jam, Serge, Jennifer, Dankness, where you at, broski? Let's get it. Matthew, not Michael. Oh, thank you for the correction. Okay, Matthew it is. Thank you, Matthew, for gifting that membership of the channel. Respect. What would you say if you're honest? Rough time frame to six-figure Bitcoin. Hodl gang. Wow. Honest. This year. Can it happen before the halving? Yes. Am I betting on that? No, but I'm pretty confident we'll see that this year. When? I honestly don't know. If I am to be honest with you guys, I have no clue, so I can't throw a date on it. Pound that like button, says Paul. No meat for this girl either. Cheers to that, Laura. That's what's up. Home intruder just entered. Go grab some nunchucks. Hey. That's pretty much my weapon of choice besides my swords. Powell about to pump Bitcoin. Did he not go live yet, Novum, to announce the rates for the FOMC meeting? Let me know. I saw Gary Gensler again getting grilled. Any of you guys see that? Fed decision about to spark a rally. Send it, Fed. Come on, J Pal. You're supposed to be our pal. 100,000 before the halving, says Jennifer. Let's go. I'm trying to explain to my boy how 1 mil is possible. Can you tell me a better explanation? Yeah, just tune in to the entire episode because we're going to be discussing Bitcoin hitting $1 million for sure. 1 more hour. Okay. So about 2 p.m. Eastern here. It goes back to 50. I'll buy more. Want to be a whole coiner? Well, let's get it done. 2:15, I think. Okay, exactly 1 hour. We're going to get the update from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell.
And I've got to be honest there, it is hard not to watch that and deep down want to be in the hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang.
This is true. Who doesn't want to be in the hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang? But anyways, family, today's episode is brought to you by the crypto exchange, Margex, your reliable way to trade Bitcoin with up to 100x leverage. Just note, trade with leverage responsibly, family. Now, you have an option. If you're a bear, you could short Bitcoin, right? And if you're a bull, you can long Bitcoin. So you can do both here with the Margex crypto exchange. Margex offers a broad range of powerful tools to harness your trading skills as well as boost your profits. There's privacy, secure trading, and transparency in every aspect, and very competitive fees. Your trading profits can be increased significantly by using leverage. Now, there's a special promo going on right now where if you join Margex using my referral link in the description, you're going to get a $50 bonus once you sign up, plus an additional $50 bonus after you deposit $100 or more into your account, plus an additional 20% after you deposit using my promo code newsalert20. You also find that promo code below the link in the description right down below. So go ahead and take advantage of the Margex exchange and let's get this crypto, shall we? That's what's up. Now, I greatly appreciate it looks like Matthew just gifted another membership of the channel. You're on fire, family. So shout out to Real Boss Man. You've been hooked up with the micro strategy membership of the channel. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis. Check out the charts and do a little bit of astrology for men, shall we? Bitcoin threatened a fresh break down through 61,000 March 20th as analysis warned that support could crack. Let me know if you feel 60,000 will hold strong, or do you think we'll break through? Let me know. So now down 17.5% versus the all-time highs. Bitcoin continued to feel selling pressure thanks to several key headwinds. These include outflows from the US spot ETFs and the March 20th decision on interest rates by the Fed. While the outcome of the FOMC meeting is all but guaranteed, we're going to get that update in roughly 1 more hour from the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. Quoting the Kabisi letter, with the Fed meeting less than 24 hours away, now less than an hour, it is unlikely the Fed changes rates tomorrow. However, all eyes will be on the guidance after the recent events. We maintain the view that it is far too soon to pivot. Let me know if you agree with that. The latest estimates for the CME Group FedWatch tool put the chances of a pivot at just 1%. So they're pretty confident in what they're sharing here. Now, the spot ETFs, meanwhile, saw a second consecutive day of net outflows as per the UK-based investment firm Farside, while the exodus from GBTC was lower than the record $642 million from March 19th. Low inflows to the other ETF products made for lackluster statistics. Quoting them here, almost 500 million USD has flowed out of the spot Bitcoin ETFs in the past 2 trading days. According to TED Talks Crypto, they also point out traders taking a wait to see a stance pre-FOMC plus tax season in the U.S. being potential reasons for the slowdown. Regular programming will resume, but expect some chop first. And quoting the Asian Morning Color Daily Bulletin on Telegram, Grayscale saw slightly smaller outflows of 443 million overnight. Good Lord. But will inflow from the other ETFs to bring us to a net positive number today. Another net negative number will likely cause support to crack. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Do you think 60,000 will likely hold or not? Holla at your boy, family. I'd love to know your thoughts and feedback on this. And if you're just joining us, welcome back to my crypto. Shout out Chris Record on the track, by the way. Da-na-na-na-na. If you're just joining us, family, let me know. Holla, holla, holla.
Based on a misspelling of hold. This is a foundational principle. Don't sell when prices drop.
That's right. Don't sell when the prices drop. Instead, we hodl.
Instead, hodl.
Bitcoin, brother, check it out.
It's on discount. How many of you taken advantage of this dip, man? Please do let me know.
It's on discount. Market's down, time to open up a new account. Buy low, then hold. That's what I'm about.
Damn right.
Crypto, baby, I'm talking about that new clout. Quick trades getting placed on the Coinbase.
Boom. On the blockchain.
Needless to say, I'm in it for the long game. Straight lace, but them haters want to throw shade.
Go ahead and throw some shade. Why don't you?
Let them hate while we floss on the blockchain. So dash, then I...
Yes. Anyways, family, welcome everyone just joining the stream. Shout out Grant Noakes. We need to thank and appreciate JB for the great daily stories and stats. The information is priceless. Greatly appreciate that. Dang, JB, haven't heard you drop Huddle Gang in a while. I know, man. It was called for. My dry powder has been spent, JV. Love to hear that, Jennifer. Look at that. We're going to be right back at 65. We're starting to pump leading into the FOMC meeting here. Let's freaking go. Gotta love that. Respect the pump, as they say. You know what I mean?
Picked up Monero, no cash, just crypto dinero.
Get that crypto dinero, fam. Stacking stats like it's going out of season over here. As you already know, supply shock incoming this year. So seize the moment, take advantage of it. You already know.
Coins, baby, you gotta be careful. Buy low, then let's hope it goes airborne. To the moon, dog, that's where it could be.
Damn straight. To the moon, dog. It's where it could be. Pump it up. Damn straight, we're pumping it up. Boom.
Don't quit, don't pull out too early. But if you do, though, double down for mo. Go big, dog, back to my crypto.
Hodl gang.
You might miss out when the coin moons or rockets up in value.
You already know. So yeah, welcome everyone joining the stream. Bought Bitcoin earlier today. Music to my ears. Pump it up. Someone said pump it up.
You got to pump it up.
Don't you know, pump it up. Nice green candle formed on the 30-minute chart. Let's go. Shout out Wrecked. Good to see you guys as we continue to pump it up. What should I do, please, anyone? I went all in at 50,000, 2021 held, and then sold for a loss at 16. Ouch. You bought at 50 and sold at 16. Good Lord. That sucks. Man, I hope you just learned your lesson from that. You can't lose what you don't sell. So if you would have just hodled and didn't sell there, you would have been back in profit clearly and just bought back all in at 72. So yeah, if you learn your lesson, you know you just hodl. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang.
You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
That's right, Jennifer. Volatility is great for the market. I've been watching Bitcoin for years, and this happens all the time. Ain't nothing new. We typically see over 20% correction, 30 days leading into the halving. We're now less than 30 days from the halving, and we just corrected 17%. So nothing new here.
You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
Shout out Jason Jimenez. Jay back to the hotel remix. Stellar Lumens Tech has become newly relevant. I just actually bought some. XLM says C-list. It does seem to always pump during this podcast. It's a beautiful thing, right?
You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
You pay for the price you deserve. That is true. It is true. Anyways, fam, let's dive into our next story of the day. We broke down the latest technical analysis. Now considering the halving is roughly 25 days away, according to the Bitcoin halving countdown, let's discuss the halving and if it's built in and how we compare to previous halvings as well. Now, I know the obvious. You guys already know. We're going to go from 6.25 Bitcoin being awarded right now to 3.125. So here's the impact that we've seen on the previous halvings via the price action. And quick shout out to GOAT. It just says, I sold at 62.5, hoping to buy back lower. Should I cut my losses and buy back in? That's a question for the fam. You guys, please address that. Answer from the GOAT. I appreciate the super, by the way. And like I said, whatever you buy, you still have that same amount of Bitcoin. And one Bitcoin 15 years ago was worth one Bitcoin, still what it is today. And in 15 years, one Bitcoin will still be equivalent to one Bitcoin. So sometimes we get sidetracked with the US dollar price action. So what do you guys say to that? Holla. Now, historically, Bitcoin price bull runs have been linked to the halving events. Expectations of decreased supply and rising demand have previously resulted in exponential price growth and positive market sentiment. There have been 3 Bitcoin halvings in the past, and one consistent thing the market has witnessed from the previous event is that 1 month before each halving, the price was lower than it was at the time of the halving. As you can see here in this chart, the table shows that the price of Bitcoin was around $12 at the time of the first halving, November 28th, 2012. 1 year later, November 2013, Bitcoin risen to a peak high of $1,242, more than 10,000% higher than the price at the halving. The second halving occurred July 9, 2016. The Bitcoin price rose to previous all-time highs of almost 20,000 by December 2017. And at the time of the third halving, May 11, 2020, Bitcoin's price was only 8,700 and then rose to a new all-time high of 69,000 the year following, November 2021. Now, the Bitcoin price tends to rise with the reduced supply entering the open market as long as demand remains constant or increases. This is because the reduction in the supply issuance rate emphasizes Bitcoin scarcity, which can drive up demand and consequently increase in price. Now, analysts' Bitcoin price halving expectations. Let's break it down, starting with Rec Capital, who analyzed the 5 phases of the Bitcoin halving, drawing on historical price action to explain what he expects to happen in the days before and after the upcoming Bitcoin halving event. The phases include the pre-halving period, the pre-halving rally, pre-halving retrace, the reaccumulation, and the parabolic uptrend as the final phase, where Bitcoin price grows exponentially, reaching new all-time highs, as you can see outlined here in this chart. Now, it is worth noting that historical price action may not be repeated in the future, but the anticipation of the bull market may push investors to increase their capital flows into the asset. Now let's discuss the post-halving price predictions, because this is where things get exciting. Bitcoin price could be on track for the coveted 6-figure mark, particularly after surpassing its 2021 all-time high before the halving for the first time ever, FYI. So while some are setting even higher price targets, other analysts believe the halving has already been priced in. Analysts at Bitfinex crypto exchange expect that the incredible demand fueled by the US spot Bitcoin ETFs will help propel Bitcoin to its current peak above It's now actually 73,800, no longer 69 family. But anyways, quoting their market research, our analysis forecasts a conservative price objective of 100,000 to 120,000 to be achieved by the fourth quarter of this year, 2024, and the cycle peak to be achieved sometime in 2025 in terms of total crypto market capitalization. So to answer the question someone asked me earlier, yes, we can hit 100,000 easily this year, and according to this analysis, in the fourth quarter. Now, while Bitcoin price typically breaks its previous highs several months after the 4-year cycle having events, the price action appears to be playing out differently this year. Bitcoin breached its previous all-time high March 5th to set a series of new record highs and a new peak of 73,800. March 15th, just 5 days ago. Don't forget it. Now, Peter Brandt shared his insights on when Bitcoin might scale to new historic levels based on this performance. In a March 6th post, he projected the price of the big crypto might reach 150,000 by the fourth quarter of 2025. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Quoting Brandt, if the pace of the bull trend after April 2024 is at a similar pace to the bull trend since the November 2022 low, then the high in October 2025 could be around 150,000. However, the post-halving advances during previous bull cycles have been much steeper than the pre-halving advances. Now let's discuss bull market has started. If history is any guide, we will see 10 months of face-melting FOMO and extreme price pumps combined with multiple 30% drops according to the stock to flow. And on this chart, you can see that red dot that signifies the very first dot representing the bull market has officially begun. And I believe that was on March 1st, first day of this month. And do you see a pattern here? Red, bull run. We go all the way back to 2010, 2011 on the chart. We were in a bull run, and then we had yellow, distribution, ultimately a pullback. And then the bear market, which is in the green, sideways trading action. Then we start with the blue, accumulation, followed by red, bull market. And like deja vu, every 4-year cycle, we see the same pattern emerge. So as you can see, 2021, from 2020 to 2021, notice all those red dots. That took us to 69,000, right? Then we had the yellow, then we had the green, then we had the blue, and we just got the first red dot to signify we're back in the bull. Now, yesterday we focused on the stock to flow, and I shared some very bullish price predictions. And quoting another analyst here, the CEO of decentralized Bitcoin mining pool, Local Mining, they shared, this year we'll see an amplification of scarcity narratives attributed to the intro of Bitcoin ETFs and the success of meta protocols such as ordinals. And speaking of ordinals, the Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan is launching his project on the Bitcoin blockchain using ordinals. So look out for some new music from the Ghostface Killer. No one could be iller. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Welcome everyone joining the stream. Love those red dots, Serge. Let's get it. When AI rules, it'll learn to laugh by reviewing humans and their money. Just got back to visit I'm going to change my prediction to May 4th for 100,000. I dig it, family. That is bullish. Amen to that. Shout out, Anthony. Appreciate you joining the stream. Welcome, everyone just joining us. Pump the likes to pump the stream as Bitcoin is pumping since we started going live. We're back above 64 G's, baby, and roughly 45 minutes out from Fed Chairman Jerome Powell making his announcement. Let's see if the market pumps. Let's go. 80,000 by midnight. Send it. Thank you, Serge, for the reminder. Greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Plan B. That's right, Johnny Lee. I don't see the corrections being as steep this time, says Jennifer. I think between 15 to 20% pullbacks. Precisely what we just witnessed, right? 17%. Multiple corrections to be sure, but just not as steep. Agreed with you there, family. To pump the price, fam, pump it up. Hi from the UK. Shout out Matt Baker. Shout out to the UK. What is that? 100 G's, baby. Send it. Now we're talking. Why sell the winner to buy the losers? Well said, GC LLC. Just found out Coinbase does have a borrow feature. No way. Tell me more about that. So are you saying you can borrow against your Bitcoin already on Coinbase? If so, that's music to me. 3 million sounds the moron today. Thank you, okay, let's be real. And FYI, our feature story of today is actually a 3 trillion prediction. If that's too bullish for you, sorry. But we are talking market cap, family, so it's actually kind of a bearish prediction for a bull run. So, JV, the mayor of Pump City, and I am a resident. Shout out, Skinny. 15, 20% pullbacks equal 30, 40% pumps. Let it begin. Game time, family. Buy more Bitcoin now. Yes, please. Why not? If you're in a position to buy some biddies, buy some biddies.
Look, pump it up if your game went long. When the dip hit,
you just ate like King Kong. Let's go. Shout out Little Bubble on the track. But let's dive into our next story, family. We discussed the Bitcoin halving. Now let's discuss breaking news from BlackRock. The headline reads, BlackRock begins asset tokenization with the launch of their digital liquidity fund. This is a pretty big deal. BlackRock, we know, is the world's largest asset manager with roughly 10 trillion in assets under management, filed a U.S. SEC Form D for the BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. This marks the launch of BlackRock's first tokenized asset fund. According to the filing, BlackRock created the fund in 2023, but has yet to launch it. Form D is used to obtain various exemptions. BlackRock indicated it is seeking an exemption under the Investment Company Act Section 3C, which exempts it from certain SEC regulations. You hear that, Gary? The fund was created under the jurisdiction of the British Virgin Islands. The fund will have $100,000 minimum investment and be offered by securitized U.S. digital asset security firm, which will also conduct the sale of the tokens. The form shows $525,000 in sales commissions, indicating the size of the fund as indefinite. The form was signed on March 14th. Last week, the fund will be tokenized on the Ether blockchain, making it more interesting, with an ERC20 token called BUIDL, which currently has one holder and a $0 on-chain market cap, according to Etherscan. That website also indicated that the fund received a transfer of $100 million on March 4th. Now, BlackRock's Spot Bitcoin ETF fund was amongst the first to receive the SEC approval in January. Its CEO, Larry Fink, who has been generally bullish about Bitcoin with reservations, told Bloomberg just after the ETF approval, quoting Mr. Lawrence Fink here, "We believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will be on one general ledger. Whoa. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activity about bonds and stocks in digital by having a tokenization." He went on to praise customization strategies through tokenization and instantaneous settlement. Well, with Bitcoin, the transaction is the settlement. Interesting, they went with the Ethereum blockchain on that. What are your thoughts, family? You know BlackRock is also bullish on Ethereum. Hoping we get an Ethereum ETF approval this year. And I'm speaking on behalf of Larry Fink because he has verbalized that, but there's no telling if Gary Gensler will allow that. But some say he will because typically BlackRock gets what they want. What are your thoughts on that, family? Now, Securitize is registered as a stock transfer agent and alternative trading system with the SEC. It has tokenized asset for asset manager KKR and Spanish real estate investment trust Mancipi, as well as formed a partnership with SBI Digital Markets in Singapore and bought crypto fund manager OnRamp Invest, which had over 40 billion in assets under management. Now for a little bonus. Breaking news the other day, the ETF strongest outflows we have seen on record. I mean, the charts don't lie, just unprecedented levels, hence why the market's crashing. So Max retweeted and wrote, as predicted, the ETF buyers are the quintessential dumb money who will buy and sell the Bitcoin ETFs and realize no gains, but will generate lots of commissions for the brokers. They can't surf Bitcoin's volatility, and they'll drown. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. Seems right on the money with me. We got to realize there is a difference between Bitcoin ETF BTC and self-custodied BTC. And the obvious, one could be confiscated, the other cannot. You know what I mean? So maybe I don't want the ETH ETF after all, says Silas, right? Can someone give me some input starting out? Is it better to buy stock or crypto? What do you guys say? I have zero experience with stocks. You know what I mean? I'm all in on Bitcoin, so you already know my answer. But let's see what the family says. And FYI, not financial advice. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? My job here is to read the news and entertain you so that you actually watch the show. And if I've done my job and you're still around by the time of the Q&A for a little bonus, we're going to do a little show and tell. What'd you say? What? Biddies? Oh boy. I traded Cardano for Bitcoin. There is no second best. Smart move there, Corona. No garbage bonds and stonks for me. You prefer the biddies? ETF equals fiat currency in, fiat currency out equals poor. Great point, family. This is facts. Buy stocks and crypto, says Silas. ETF. Search Coinbase Borrow. You get 1 million limit at 40% holdings cap, 8.7% APR. Minimum monthly payment, interest only depending where you live. Phenomenal. So according to the Cat Press, Coinbase has launched a borrowing program where you can basically borrow against your Bitcoin. Wow. That's fantastic. I don't know why that wasn't in the news. I didn't see that in any of the headlines. How long has that been in existence? That's pretty awesome. You guys looking to borrow some money? Well, now you can. Using your biddies. An investment are valuable, but crypto is the only digital asset that can't be confiscated. Preach, dankness. And Andrew Tate's a great example of that. He says he got like 75 million tied up with the government basically freezing and confiscating assets of his. Want to know the one asset they can't confiscate? Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Look how they did Kanye West, right? One of the most influential musicians in the entire planet. I think he just overtook Taylor Swift, right? And they froze his bank accounts, right? So don't matter who you are. If they can freeze the assets of Kanye West and Andrew Tate, how do you think they think about you? They can steal your money at any time. So you need to hedge against government overreaching. And we do that with BTC. Just saying. Fink just told you the future is stock and crypto hybrid. Right on. Sounds sus, JV. Anything Coinbase smells like securities. Speaking of smelling like securities, I think I can smell the securities on Gensler's breath, if you know what I mean.
Too many frauds and scams.
This clown's trying to take us down.
What a guy. Wow, what a guy. Wow, what a guy. Freezing assets. That sucks. Yes, and they could just make up, or look at what they're doing to Trump right now. They're just confiscating his assets. Crazy. Former president of the United States is not safe. So how do you think they view you? They can care less about you. Right? Crazy, right? Larry Pedro from Dothan, Alabama. Pump it up, says Rect. Just use the free credit cards they send in the mail. All time easy peasy. Got to get some Tito biddies. Get it, madness. Is Coinbase safe? Are the funds safe? No comment. I mean, look what happened to FTX. We all thought, hey, second largest crypto exchange in the world. Stephen Curry Tom Brady, every major influencer in the world. That wasn't safe. So you can't be too safe out there, fam. Trust nobody. Verify everything. I'm freezing in my underwear, trading on my private jet. Welcome to the good life. I'll have a large pumperoni and cheese. Someone said pumperoni.
More than 5 sats in your stack, then get it on. Had the people on my back to get a song.
I have 5,000 in ETH, but I am thinking of selling half and getting Solana. Is that stupid? You didn't mention Bitcoin, so no comment from me. Heads up, family. Just a reminder, today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, Margex. I have my referral link in the description along with a code. If you use that code, you can get a nice little bonus. You can short or long Bitcoin, and you can even use leverage if you dare. Just use leverage responsibly if you do so. But that is today's sponsor of the show. Just want to remind y'all, you'll notice the link and the promo code in the description right down below. Take advantage of it and get some free bucks and use it for trading. Stack and chill, says Darren. Looks like they ended it. Damn it. Are you referring to the Coinbase lending? Yeah, I'm curious because they went after all the lending programs like the SEC. So I think you'll be able to lend with all the major banking institutions, only a matter of time, but may take a little bit of time. Let's go. Shout out to Palestinian. May 5-star. Let's get it. 60 G's, baby. Someone says 60 G's.
60 G's, baby!
60 G's is orange panty night still, even with the correction.
It's red panty night when you're starting to find me, yeah? Back at home with your wife.
Back at your home with your wife. You know what I mean? One thing, don't call it a comeback. Biddies have been here for years, peer to peer.
Don't call it a comeback. Bitcoin's been here for years, peer to peer. Pitting suckers to fear.
I'm too simple to leverage, just hodl. There you go. Hodl be thy name. And also note, you don't have to trade with leverage. It's just an option. It's just a feature. You can just long or short Bitcoin without leverage as well if you dare. Yeah, someone will fully orange pill Trump, says Serge. Gonna be loopy in about 15 minutes. Took some allergy meds. Oh no. What kind of allergy meds are you taking? Play that tune, JV. I got so many tunes. It's not even funny.
Making fierce tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bang school boom explosion.
Overpowering. All we can do is be good with our choices, love or hate or life. Biddy requires a sports bra these days. They grew. Hilarious. Anyways, fam, next story of the day. Keep the comments flowing. Let's discuss an $80,000 target as per the Binance CEO. Here we go. Richard Teng is predicting that Bitcoin can reach a new all-time high by the end of the year, according to Bloomberg. The report says Teng sees Bitcoin exceeding 80,000 after earlier estimating Bitcoin would close 2024 at around that price. According to the report, his bullish prediction for Bitcoin is premised on the fact supply is falling while demand is continuing to come through. Damn right. Now, per the report, Teng is forecasting a Bitcoin rally will not occur in a straight line and that corrections will be beneficial for the market. Teng stepped into the Binance executive role after CZ stepped down and paid that $3 billion fine to the Department of Justice. Now, days after taking over from CZ, he disclosed he intended to position the giant crypto exchange for more growth while ensuring regulatory compliance. And at the time, he said the crypto exchange's business fundamentals were very strong. Binance continues to operate the world's largest crypto exchange by volume. Our capital structure is debt-free. Expenses are modest, he says. And despite the low fees we charge for our users, we have robust revenues and profits. Definitely that is true. Robust benefits and profits. They are the most profitable crypto exchange in the world, hence why they're the number one exchange. Coinbase being the number one exchange here in the United States. Let me know if you guys are still using Binance or not, or which crypto exchange you're currently using at this time. Holla. Grayscale has lower fees. What do you mean? Compared to the Trump is more for ETH, I heard. Well, he launched, I think, 3 NFT collections, clearly on the ETH blockchain. Sailor is Mr. 100. Maybe his son is Mr. 100. You never know. What happened to Michael Saylor today? Why you ask? We know he just purchased another 12,000 Bitcoin and now officially controls over 1% of the circulating Bitcoin supply. That's a pretty big deal. Mr. Nobody uses MEXC. I challenge you guys, especially if you're international, check out Margex. They're pretty cool as well. Competitive fees, and you can take advantage of the bonuses. Wrapped in Binance, Miss Janet Yellen's Binance. Phantom. Is Phantom an exchange as well? KuCoin says, Bina, all the mods are going to be diligent, so be respectful. Facts, thankness, you already know. Good addiction to have. Kraken Pro, Coinbase, and Strike. All good exchanges there. Shout out Yahim. Let's go. Yes. A lot of options, yo. Back in the old days, there was only one option to buy Bitcoin, right? What was that infamous exchange that everyone got screwed on? Mt. Gox. Now you got a lot of options, a lot of competition, and game theory playing out. So a lot of options. The Bitcoin whales can keep smashing the biddies, but we're playing whack-a-mole. We will win in the end. That's right. We whack the moles. And we whack the trolls while we're at it. Can you buy a hamburger with an NFT? Who cares? Melina Satoshi. Oh, Melania. Oh, wouldn't that be something? Well, we know who is not Satoshi. Craig Wright. Silk Road, that's the one. I didn't get my daily dose. There's no second best. I got you, bro.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell them. That JV effect, 1% daily pump. Yeah, when we started the stream, it was down like 2,500. Look at that. We're pumping. And in about 20, 30 minutes, we get the FOMC update. The JV effect, I dig it. I am Satoshi. We're all Satoshi. Devon, Bitcoin, rocket ship, moon, send it. Anyways, fam, next story of the day. Here's the latest from Willy Woo, and then we'll be discussing actually a $3 trillion prediction in the market cap for this cycle, according to Bernstein analysts. But first, let's discuss the latest from on-chain analyst Willy Woo. The widely followed on-chain analyst thinks Bitcoin has just taken a breather before rallying to fresh all-time highs. Willy Woo tells his 1 million followers on X that the Bitcoin risk signal, which compares Bitcoin's network flows to price action, suggests Bitcoin is not yet done rallying. And a quick shout out to Barack Monfils Evangelista. Greatly appreciate the super. Respect, family. Now, according to Woo, Bitcoin is currently consolidating close to record prices in preparation for the next burst to the upside. Quoting him here, this is a Bitcoin long time frame risk signal I've been working on. Scale is when risk is low. Scale out when risk is high. It is saying, enjoy the dip while this consolidation lasts. This is not the top. It is simply an all-time high. Consolidation. Facts. We just hit 73,800 for Christ's sake, eclipsing the 2021 all-time high. So of course we got to correct after having a $20,000 USD candle on the February monthly chart. So hence why we've had some corrections here in March. Now zooming out, Woo says Bitcoin often witnesses parabolic rallies during bull markets because market participants are fueled by the fear of missing out. We call that FOMO like a mofo around here, along with the tendency of investors to hold on to their Bitcoin stacks. The native language of markets is the chart, and it is clear what the chart is saying. Do you see it? TradeFi, fear is greater than greed. Bitcoin, FOMO is greater than fear. In TradeFi, bear markets are steep. People freak out. In Bitcoin, bull markets are steep. People FOMO. In my opinion, Bitcoin FOMO in bull markets drives the marketing. Then education takes over and the sell-off is very much muted. Hodling becomes a behavior. And check out those charts. They don't lie, family. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the one and only on-chain analyst, Willy Woo. And where do you expect Bitcoin to likely take us by the time of this halving in roughly 1 month? Holla at your boy. Thank you, KJam. Appreciate that. A little shout out to Margex, trying to get the sponsor some love, because by supporting the sponsor, you're supporting us. So appreciate it. Love that answer. Can you buy a hamburger with crypto? Who cares? Well, number one, I'm a vegetarian and don't eat hamburgers. So I'm like, who cares to buy a hamburger? Then I'm like, number two, who would use their crypto to buy a hamburger? Now I understand if you we're off the fiat standard and strictly on the Bitcoin standard, makes sense, right? If you're in El Salvador, if you were Jack Mallers, something like that. Yeah, fear lasts the moment, regrets last for life. Buy Bitcoin. Well said, Jim Junkie Crypto. Get the stats. Well, the stats are good for getting. Anthony says he agrees. Yay, FOMO. Good stuff, family. FOMO like a mofo.
Bitcoin. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
This is true. This is so true.
There's a name for them. We call them the poor.
Shout out DJ Wednesday. Are you a vegetarian as well? If so, wow. Not only do you live in Puerto Rico, but fellow vegetarian, let's go. Did Gareth make money on his Bitcoin short? Who cares? Why are we speaking about that, man? Dude was misleading people like crazy and acts like, well, I was right the whole time. I told you guys we were going to correct. Even a broken clock is right at least 2 times per day. Keep that in mind. Are you buying a bunch now that it has dropped? As perfect and sinless. I love that quote, right? And you're Laura. It's going up forever, Laura. I would too. You got that right, Jennifer. We call them poor. All we need to own is Satoshi Bitcoin wallet. 12 words. Is it only 12 words, Satoshi's wallet? If so, that's even cooler. Because no one has ever obviously cracked it. And 24 words is even that much more secure. And if you add the 25th word as an extra layer of protection, it's unhackable, clearly. Absolute nonsense. These bozos don't stop making claims. Speak for yourself, Deepak. I don't even know how he's still streaming, says Ralph. Well, the Bears are back in town. Welcome to the stream. We appreciate your support. Bears. At work, I stopped by a second and hit the like. I'll catch the rest of the show later. I appreciate that. Crypto Today. Respect. Good morning, everyone. Shout out to New Too Much. What it do? Welcome. How many Bitcoin for someone to be a retail whale? Is it 10 that Bitcoin is expensive? I guess you can determine what you would consider a whale. I think officially like a whale is like 1,000 or more Bitcoin. So I don't know. Retail whale there, family. Love it, JV. At least the broken clock is right. Yeah, it's true. JV, there's no second best. Preach.
We call them the poor.
You already know.
Okay.
Okay. I feel bad for myself. I'm the only ultimate carnivorous person. Got to cut down. All good, Serge. Respect. I've read about the all carnivore diets and, people love it and are healthy. In my opinion, there's many various different diets that one could excel and be healthy with. It all depends on you and your body. Like Nate Diaz, he's a vegetarian. He says it works for him. Vegetarian just works for me. I like it. 1,000 or more Bitcoin. God, I suck. I know. We're far from being whales, family. In 25 years, 0.25 BTC will make you a whale. There you go, Barek. This could be true. Very true. Jennifer is the T-Rex today. Watch out, family. Shout out Jennifer. She's the bomb diggity, diggity bomb. Some bears could buy Bitcoin for 9,200 this night. What's the second best, JV? Good question.
It's the second best. There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset.
There's a crypto asset called Bitcoin, right? Anyways, family. Now for our featured story of the day. Let's discuss Bitcoin hitting a $3 trillion market cap this cycle, according to Bernstein analysts. In fact, the headline reads, Bitcoin price prediction, 3 million by 2025. Now, I think this is a typo. It should say 3 trillion. Hence the typo on my thumbnail. It should also say 3 trillion, but nonetheless, I digress. So in exciting news, Reddit's upcoming initial public offering has stirred up a storm in the crypto world with hopes of new money breathing fresh life into the alt markets, while big names like Morgan Stanley, UBS, and Wells Fargo haven't fully embraced Bitcoin yet. Signs of growing institutional interest are evident in the overwhelming demand for the Bitcoin ETFs, which we're witnessing unprecedented inflows, family. Let's discuss some of the bullish signs first. Altcoin Daily recently dove into this trend, pointing out the surge in ETF investments led mainly by everyday investors, showing a widening acceptance of Bitcoin's usefulness. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's climb to new highs is gaining steam, with big players like Standard Chartered Bank predicting we could hit 150,000 per Bitcoin by the end of the year. I covered this specific Standard Chartered Bank prediction in the previous episodes. Be sure to check that out if you missed it. This specific outlook reflects the growing confidence in Bitcoin's value and its potential to shake up the finance and shake up the world. Also notable figures like Cathie Wood, shout out to Cathie Wood, to all my broskies here, are even more bullish, believing Bitcoin can soar to $1 million in the next few years. In fact, she's now saying we're going to hit $1 million way before 2030 and now projecting 2.3 million per Bitcoin, which I also covered roughly 3 podcast episodes ago. So shout out to Cathie Wood. She sees Bitcoin as a game changer, not just in finance, but in how we think about money. And despite the success of the Bitcoin ETFs, Wood thinks there's still a lot of room for growth, especially for institutional investors. Now, Bitcoin's resilience in the face of challenges, always remarkable, akin to Uber's rapid rise in transport industry. This resilience suggests Bitcoin has crossed a significant threshold and is set for more growth. That's right. We call this the escape velocity, and Bitcoin has already reached it, and there's nothing the Fed, the government, or any corrupt politician can do to change it. Hallelujah to that. Despite attempts to slow it down, Bitcoin keeps gaining momentum, driven by increasing demand and limited supply. We know Bitcoin is the only form of money in history of money in humankind that has a finite limited supply of 21 million. So a report by Bernstein analysts suggests that Bitcoin can become a $3 trillion market by 2025, showing big businesses interested in cryptos and hinting at Bitcoin's role as a key investment and wealth preservation tool. Now, this is what's up. Right now, I think the Bitcoin market cap is probably 1.2 trillion. Let's get a confirmation here. It is currently $1.26 trillion. So virtually just shy of a 3x is what the analysts are projecting. Now, if the Bitcoin price 3x'd along with the market cap from today's price of where we at currently, let's just say it's $65,000, 65 times 2, what is that? Roughly $1.30-ish. And then we add another 65. That'd take us to close to $200,000 per coin for this cycle. So let me know if you agree or disagree with the projection. Now, as Bitcoin approaches the next halving, as I pointed out earlier, we're roughly only, we go to the Bitcoin halving countdown clock, only 26 days away, with the estimated date taking place April 16th of next month, which we all know is right around the corner. So what are your thoughts? Do you feel we'll likely easily hit this 3 trillion market cap this cycle by 2025? Let me know your thoughts in the comments in the live chat. I think that is extremely conservative. I say more realistically, somewhere between 5 and 10x. Of course, JV is bullish. Of course, I have one of the most bullish YouTube channels. Even during the entire bear market, I was bullish virtually every single day. But nonetheless, I genuinely believe it. That's why I share it and project it. Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball that I can look into or a magic 8 ball, but nonetheless, basic supply demand. Here's some of the reasons of why JV is so bullish, and I think 3 trillion market cap is extremely bearish, and why I'm anticipating over a 5 trillion Bitcoin market cap for this cycle. Number one, institutional FOMO did not exist previous market. Previous market cycle was driven by retail. This time we have the institutions. BlackRock alone already now has over 200,000 Bitcoin, neck and neck competing with MicroStrategy, which now has over 200,000 Bitcoin. So they each own roughly 1% of the Bitcoin circulating supply. So combined, that's over 400,000 Bitcoin and 2% of the Bitcoin supply. 2 companies, BlackRock and MicroStrategy. Factor in the Fidelity's $4.5 trillion asset management firm and all the rest of them, even Vanguard, who has an anti-Bitcoin stance, and they just announced their CEO is stepping down this year. They claim to be anti-Bitcoin. It's against our ethos, yada, yada, yada. It's too risky. But nonetheless, did you know who is the primary shareholder of MicroStrategy? That's right. That same company. Vanguard, the second largest asset manager in the world. BlackRock, I believe, is the second largest shareholder of MicroStrategy. So they're all invested into Bitcoin. Even if they're fudding Bitcoin, they're indirectly exposed to it. So that should tell you something. Now, currently, there's 900 Bitcoin being awarded daily to the miners. That's about to get cut in half in 25-ish days. So we're only going to have 450 new Bitcoin being mined daily. Now, once you calculate BlackRock alone accumulating over 10,000 Bitcoin per day, supply shock. That's why Crypto Quant put out in their report, which I covered earlier in the week, that they're expecting and anticipating a legitimate supply shock in 6 months, meaning all the Bitcoin on the exchanges are going to dry up because there's just too much demand. And 80% of the Bitcoin supply is currently in the hands of the long-term hodlers. So people such as yourself that believe in Bitcoin and don't want to sell it aren't going to sell. So what's going to happen? They're going to have to fulfill this demand for their clients that want the Bitcoin. This doesn't factor into the ETFs that are yet to launch out of Hong Kong. The Asian markets are massive, massive money coming out of Hong Kong, right? We also have the El Salvador Bitcoin ETF, which will be different from all the existing ETFs. The difference being it'll be Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, making it like a true Bitcoin ETF. Whereas currently you invest in an ETF, you're putting USD in, and that USD equivalent can rise in price along with Bitcoin or go down in value. But when you cash out, you don't ever touch or receive any Bitcoin. You get the USD equivalent. And some would say, like Max Kaiser, that the Bitcoin ETF could be a big scam, meaning many of you guys are going to get wrecked, right? And the institutions are going to be the big winners collecting all the fees. Now, what if the US government created, hypothetically, an executive order and said, we're going to seize all the Bitcoin, ETF, BTC in the name of national security. It's a direct threat and undermines the value of the US dollar. Lo and behold, Biden signs a paper and then they confiscate all the Bitcoin, which Coinbase currently has in custody. Coinbase currently has over 1 million Bitcoin in custody because BlackRock is a custodian, they're the custodian of BlackRock, GBTC, which currently holds over 300,000 Bitcoin, etc. So you got to keep this in mind, family. A lot of potential headwinds which can occur, but one thing is for sure, Bitcoin ETF BTC is not the same as self-custodied Bitcoin. You want the real thing. You want to hold the asset, not your keys, not your cheese, meaning not your keys, not your coins. And now even the banks want to custody the Bitcoin, right? Versus using Coinbase or etc. as a custodian. Now, other factors that are bullish besides the obvious stock to flow, right? Supply, demand, massive demand, very limited supply. We also have nation state adoption. Nayib Bukele continues to buy Bitcoin, putting it in their safe, in their cold storage wallet. In El Salvador, there's another nation who has been secretly purchasing Bitcoin behind the scenes, according to Edward Snowden and many other whistleblowers. Which nation will this be? We don't know. A lot of speculation out there. Also, we could have the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the nation of Qatar purchasing Bitcoin right now. Recently, Bukele released a video of some of the princes from the Middle East shaking hands with Bukele congratulating them. Could this be happening all behind the scenes? According to Max Kaiser, yes. I mean, he is the high priest. There's a lot of other bullish catalysts as well. Which catalysts do you feel are the most bullish for this particular cycle? So, I mean, who knows? You also have Mike Saylor. He's not slowing down. His goal is to purchase 1 million of the Bitcoin supply for MicroStrategy, controlling 5% of the circulating Bitcoin supply. Like I said, they already control 1%. And if they continue at that rate, good Lord, they're going to have 1 million Bitcoin by themselves. So game theory is playing out in real time as we have predicted. And their other adoption. What about sovereign wealth funds? They say the Qatar is sitting on a $500 billion sovereign wealth fund, could be secretly purchasing Bitcoin behind the scenes right now as well. So there's just so much bullishness with so little Bitcoin, and tapping into the total addressable market. We're discussing 700 trillion. Where do you think they're going to park this capital? Well, what's giving us the best returns right now? Is it gold? Is it junk bonds? Or is it Bitcoin? Bitcoin is up 150% or so in the past year. Not too shabby. The past month, Bitcoin is up, you know what I mean? Just in the month of February, we soared 45%. So these are mind-boggling numbers. And like I said, I don't think these asset managers are going to be slowing down. I'm envisioning more like a snowball effect. They're going to be speeding up. Jennifer says, if you're buying through a broker, it is most likely an ETF. It is not the real Bitcoin. Good to note. Appreciate those insights. You got to know what you're getting into. Qatar in the house. My friend was there and said it's super clean and full of wealth, says Toasty Toast. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price action is likely to go? And look, just like that, we're back in the green. All JV had to do was stream for 1 hour. We're back in the green. We're above 64,600, up 300 on the day. We have Jerome Powell, chairman of the SEC, not SEC, but the Federal Reserve, the Fed, the chair. He's going to be speaking in roughly, 10 minutes? So the markets are already starting to pump before he even spoke. That's a good sign. Hopefully we have another big bullish momentum coming after he speaks, family. Yeah, so how many Bitcoins are there in total? It's a great question, Sion. There can only ever be 21 million, but you got to remember the majority of the Bitcoin are in the hands of the long-term hodlers, and they speculate 4 to 6 million are lost and gone forever, meaning there'll only ever be maybe 14 million Bitcoin circulating, right? Which means we all get a raise. And there will be future lost Bitcoin, people misplacing their private keys, losing it in boat and accidents, passing away and forgetting to, properly secure it to their future, seeds. All that kind of stuff. Fed left the rate unchanged. It's official, Grant. You're on it, JV. Thank you, Bigfoot. This is a good sign. The Dow is pumping as well, 560 points. Let's go. Key as in your cheese are the 24-word key phrase. Split those 24 words into 12 words and separate them from each other at 2 different locations, says KJam. Smash 65. Let's go. We're going to hit 65 during the live Q&A. Speaking of the live Q&A, welcome to the live Q&A. Let's go.
It isn't slightly different. Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's a bank in cyberspace.
Yes, if that's the case, JV, 1 hour it goes up. You got about 10 more hours to go. 24 times 7 streaming with JV. I mean, that'd be pretty lit. Now, if I wasn't a father and had responsibilities like picking my daughter up from school, I'd probably be doing that for you guys, just so we can watch Bitcoin pump all day. I just got the Trezor thanks to the advice. Cheers to that, Serge. Love to hear that, family. Great wallet. Highly recommended. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We're finally back in the green, living the Bitcoin dream, family. Military grade air gapped wallet, Keystone 3 Pro. Let's go. Bring it.
Oh yeah, we heard
Kramer report that. Inverse Kramer. There is no second best.
He said, we bought more back
Till we got a sword back. My kids will have the keys to the cold storage wallets that will be given to me when I pass. Music to my ears, Jennifer. 21,021,040 sold out. That's right. The final Bitcoin will be mined in the year 2140.
Can't short your dork, we can't afford that. Wait for the pump to come,
We should have bought that. Where's the Trezor manufactured? I don't want anything Chinese. I highly doubt it would be in China, family. I think it's probably somewhere in Europe or Germany or something like that. Can someone confirm that? When anyone mentions Schiff or Gareth, can you add a sound drop of Ace Ventura saying loser or Akinelli? Put it in your mouth. Yes, I can. Thank you, Toasty Toast. Genius idea. Ace Ventura, loser, or Akinelli. That's classic, bro. I got the Trezor, but both Coinbase and Kraken have me on hold, so I can't move the wallet yet. Why do they have you on hold, bro? Looks like the market likes the Jerome word. Yeah, shout out Jay Powell. If there are only 900 Bitcoin available every day, how's Black? Well, not 900 available a day, but 900 new Bitcoin being minted per day to the miners, being awarded to the miners. Clearly, there's 2 million Bitcoin on the exchanges, so that's why it's going to be a few months before we get the supply shock, but it's a coming. I just received the first ledger when the back door was revealed. Oh, word. Smart. F Coinbase show, says KJam. You don't know what you don't know. Trezor primarily serves the crypto industry based in Prague. Z Czech Republic. Good to note. Pumping it up.
Yeah. To 0, they really thought that. Again, you can call me 3AC
because we blowing it up. We won't stop till the Fed starts showing me love. I think it has something to do with the adding my savings as a way of purchasing. Ah, okay. Something must have triggered it, I would imagine, Laura. Interesting. Prague and the Czech Republic. 2 million float is peanuts. I know, you have an entire world full of over 700 trillion in wealth. There's only 2 million Bitcoin available, with only 450 more going to be awarded per day in 25 days. Yes, Trezor. Thank you for that clarification. Benny says the Czech Republic is where the Trezors created. I actually think that for the level 2 crypto, Ethereum is the best. Bitcoin is on the level 2 crypto, meaning it can't do the things like the ERC20. And the ERC20 can't do what the Biddy does. I'm getting the cold card. Nice. Once mining rewards drop significantly, why would anyone validate transactions? Wouldn't that kill the network? Asked Toasty Toast. Lots of Satoshis. Cheers to that. That's a lot of sats. 1 Bitcoin is 100 million sats. So good point. Good point. I can finally breathe again. Yay. The meds kicked in, Jennifer. The allergy meds. Good. What causes the allergies? Is it the pollen? Don't worry about Bitcoin. Think Satoshis. Pretty much. Pretty much. You could call me 3AC because we blowing it up. Shut out, little bubble.
Now, we all know Bitcoin is the best asset.
Agree? Do you agree?
You agree? And there is no second best asset.
Preach, Michael. Preach. 65 incoming. Send it.
And that is why we are here, right? Because we need an asset. Bitcoin is the best. There is no second best.
Facts. Recommended. Hi, all. Back from the beach. Welcome to the beach life. After all this talk, all I gotta say is... And one more reminder, family, today's show is brought to you by Margex. If you sign up using my referral link in the description and use that promo code, you can get over $100 just by depositing $100. So deposit $100 or more, you're going to get a $100 reward plus an additional 20% when you use the promo code in the description. So take advantage of it. You can use it to short or long Bitcoin, so even the bears can have a field day if you so dare. Obviously, I don't recommend shorting Bitcoin at a time like this, but clearly, you guys can do whatever you choose to do. Why are Bitcoiners so bad at boating? You know? Never took the boating course. Are we going to watch Powell? I'm not watching that guy. We'll see how the markets react here. Some of you guys said he's already said they're not changing the rates. Is that official? Let me know. Sometimes I got to ask out loud to realize I want to know. Fly trap on Solana. Thank you, says Bill. Word. They not a fam. Does Michael Saylor personally own Bitcoin? Yes. They say he owns 30 to 40,000 Bitcoin. It could be even more, but that's speculation. MicroStrategy has now like 212,000, maybe 220,000 with a recent buy. And he has a personal stash. Of course, he's buying Bitcoin for his personal stash every day. He made that announcement. He was selling stock to do so before they expired, his stock options. Shout out Dante Capelli. Appreciate you subbing to the #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. Afternoon to all my nerds. Shout out my nerds. Remember nerds? 3 million, 1 Bitcoin when? Yesterday, you missed it. Were you on the pod? We hit 3 million per coin. Just playing. Bitcoiners buy the boats with holes in them. The best deal. Bitcoiners avoid owning their own boats. For real. Lost my keys and my guns on the trip. Oh, no. Bitcoin hodlers don't need boats. We're always going to be above the water. I like that, Don George. Great comment there, family. I know the beard's looking a little rough. Tomorrow I get the fresh cut. So I was letting it grow out for the barber. Check this out. Long overdue. Need a cut, need a cut, need a cut. Holy moly. It's been like a month. They said they will change the rates when inflation is in control. However, inflation is not in control, and it is more likely to go to hyperinflation, so we'll see. I think it's hilarious. They're still trying to pretend that they have this inflation thing under control. Oh, we got it under control at 3%. We're good, guys. The banking sector has never been stronger. Your money is perfect. Sure, guys. Meanwhile, the Pinocchio nose starts growing. 75 or 65 incoming. Send it. Here's that volatility we've been talking about. I love watching Gina. Got Robert on the horn. Roberto. Yeah, I got my, it's appointment only, FYI. So I got my appointment. I booked it last week. It's for tomorrow. Early tomorrow. So I'll have a fresh cut for the time of the stream. Let's go. No, I don't have a Signal group, but I do have a Telegram group. The Telegram group link is in the description. I also have a Discord. I highly encourage you guys to join. We're in a depression. Inflation won't be under control. They can't control it because they keep printing. It's out of freaking control.
Up, short squeeze, more please, yeah, it's going to pump. They drop bud, but it's still not slowing it up. I can't wait till the Fed starts showing us love.
Yeah, exactly. In 10 years, your channel's viewers will have the same wealth as a nation. Dope. Anyone buyer's remorse. I can barely get in one and trying to look through the windshield. I have to scrunch down. What are you referring to? Which, is that a vehicle you're talking about there? Anyone have buyer's remorse? I can barely get in one. I'm not sure what you're referring to getting in one. Relaxing. What about Luna Classic? Is that still a thing? It's crazy, you know. Luna Classic, I don't know, yo. I haven't heard much about it. Baked in. Remove the baking info. Use Cash App to buy Bitcoin and move it to the cold storage ASAP. Some advice from KJam. The Lambo. Yeah, that is true. You sit very low. And if you're a tall person, Lambo might not be the best choice for you. Or if you're an overweight person, it's going to be extremely difficult to get in and out. Now, I'm like little and fit. And it's easy for me to get in and out. But nonetheless, I still recognize the difficulty in it compared to a normal car. So if you guys are not fit, don't drive the fit car. Nation and Nip. There you go. Cheers to that. Atlanta in the house. Shout out Peggy Paris. Shout out Atlanta. ATL. Only 6 foot and thin. Right on. Lean on the Lambo. Lean in the cheese. Say cheese. Don't want a Lambo, I want a Ram. Right on. Land Rover. JV wants the Range. I like the Range Rovers. That's probably going to be my next car if I was to guess. Range Rover. I'm a fan. Nipponators! Mono. They just made a V10 Lambo for the snow. Word. A V10 Lambo for the snow. Interesting. Well, Lambos even have boats. I saw Conor McGregor's Lambo. My brother, on a boat that is, like a Lambo yacht. My brother is waiting for 30,000. I try to tell him, be waiting hella long there. Honda Element all the way. If you buy a Lambo, don't put Bitcoin decals all over it. Cool, JV. Toyota Land Cruiser for Bitcoin Boet. Cheers, Bone Daddy. I want a Jeep Wrangler 392. If I can get a Lambo. Urus. Oh, I think, yeah, that's wild. The SUV looks dope. I looked those up. They do look pretty dope. That is just fractional banking works. Bitcoin because banks suck. Buck the Fed, family. Buck the Fed. Can I get an amen? Buck the Fed. Yes, a yes. I saw a preacher preaching one time, and everything he said, he'd end it with yes or yes. So it's like, we shall buck the Fed. Yes or yes. Broncos and Land Rovers are cool. Well, O.J. Simpson made the Bronco cool. The O.J. Simpson chase was ultimately an advertisement for the Bronco. Look, it just keeps going. Tesla truck. Yeah, I watched the new Nelk video the other day, and they're trying to get the 40-year-old virgin laid. And that was one of the tricks. They had him leaning on the Tesla truck. And the girl's like, oh my God, can I get a pit? Can I go inside? Spoiler alert, the 40-year-old gets laid at the end. All it took, hanging out with Nelk. And Dana White. Good morning, JB from Santa Barbara. Did you ever go hiking in Solvang? No, Moonstone, we'd often go to Red Rock. I think it was called Red Rock or Red Rocks. And it was really nice. But in Solvang, I never went hiking. Keeping in mind, I was young at that time when I lived there. So JV was in like 3rd grade to 5th grade or something, 2nd grade to 5th grade. I got eyes on the G-Wagon. OJ Simpson made small leather gloves uncool. They don't fit. If don't fit, you must have quit. He's like stretching his hand out. Doesn't fit. It's like close. Relax your hand, OJ. No, it doesn't fit. Did you see Conor McGregor on the Lamborghini yacht? I did. I saw some of the clips he posted. How would you recommend adding money to the exchanges? Wire transfer if you're purchasing a large amount. Small amount, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe a card or something. Debit card, credit card, I don't know. How much is that hat today, JV? Today, it's on sale. I'm not gonna charge you $1 million for this hat. We can do half a Bitcoin today. I'm feeling froggy. $32,000. You get a signature, and I'll show up at your doorstep and hand deliver it to you. You get to hang out with me, and I'll also take you to lunch. Anything you want. Any restaurant. So you're not going to get a good deal like that anywhere else. Take your corn off the exchanges, fam. Yes, please. 60 G's, baby.
60 G's, baby!
Halt. Who goes there?
You just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised, mother.
White Castle. Don't get your fingers chopped off from the Cybertruck. Why do you say that? People getting their fingers chopped off? Let me know. But yeah, sage advice. Don't keep your corn on the exchanges. No GMO corn is the only Bitcoin I like. I agree with that, Jennifer. Stay away from the GMO corn. Only stack the Bitcoin. The GMO corn clearly is all the alts with the GMOs, if you know what I mean, metaphorically speaking here. JV, would you be up for a California Central Coast meetup? Not at this time. If I do go to California, we could potentially plan something, but I have no plans of going there anytime soon. Cybertruck is very angular. Right on. Satoshis may be the currency of the future. Don't get caught eating the corn the long way. Knife-like. Oh, 10 Bitcoin to be a Satoshi billionaire. Wow. Not too shabby there. Where are my Satoshi billionaires at? I'm sure there's probably 100 of you here. Never going back to Cali. The song, Going Back to Cali. 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 Going back to Cali. I don't think so. Then we do the Biggie remix. Going back to Cali strictly for the green. The latest for the 100,000 part A. Yeah, so I'm plotting it out. Checking with venues. I have someone here who speaks Spanish helping me with that. There's some really good resorts in the Condado area. I'll give you a little insights. You got the Marriott. You got the old money place, the Vanderbilt, which is going to be the most expensive, hands down. And then you got, what's the other place? Anyways, there's 3 of the best resorts in Puerto Rico. They're not going to be cheap, though, just FYI. They're very expensive resorts, hence they're very nice. But I'm getting pricing and stuff. I have to lock down the date to get a precise price, so I have to choose some dates, and that's the problem right now. I don't know when we're going to do the party. I can speculate in a couple of months we'll hit 100,000, but it would kind of be shameful, hypothetically speaking, if we did the party and we weren't at 100,000. So I'm just... as we get closer to 100,000, we can lock in a date, and then I can get exact prices for, the party. And I'm going to explore different options. Just make sure you're in the Discord, because I'll probably be doing some polls, like surveys, and we'll see what you guys want to do. I'll give you the different options. My goal is for it to pay for itself, right? I know it's going to be an expensive event. And, clearly I don't want to have to pay for it all. But if we can all pay our own ways through a ticket, RSVP, that would be ideal. So that's kind of where we're at. JV's 80s rap knowledge. There is no second best. Yes, the Marriott is a really nice upscale hotel here in Condado. I had my birthday dinner there at the sushi restaurant. It was pretty nice. And they have casinos. So all these nice resorts have casinos. If you guys are feeling froggy. Still sneezing though, sucks. Oh no. Lunch in my ditch house. I need a Cybertruck. The official meetup will be at the 100,000 party in Puerto Rico. Nah, no Motel 6s around here. Definitely not doing that. Definitely not doing that. So if you don't move your fingers out in the front, the hood will chop it off. Oh, wow. That's crazy, yo. Has anyone lost their fingers in a Cybertruck? If so, that's wild. But anyways, fam, we're going to end the YouTube stream. We're going to continue with the uncensored version of the pod. Over on Rumble, I brought 3 items for show and tell. So if you want to see these items and what we're talking about, head on over to Rumble right now. And if you're new, every day we stream YouTube and Rumble live. The YouTube stream ends. We continue with the uncensored version of the pod exclusively on Rumble. So I encourage you guys to head on over to Rumble right frickin' now. And let's continue with the uncensored version of the stream. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you guys on the tube later this evening at 10 p.m. for the premiere. Deuces. Head on over to Rumble. Okay, YouTube fam.